things are going to get very interesting. There is a trailer out for XRP Unleashed, a documentary covering everything that has been on between Ripple XRP and the SEC, everything from 𝗕𝗀𝗪𝗏 to the ETH. Everything is covered in this documentary. This is one for sure that I am very hyped to see, and I am sure the XRP army will also be very hyped to see this one come out. Rumoured to be coming out on Netflix very soon. The trailer is now live. Head on over to the Cheeky Crypto X page. You can see the link in the description down below. Scroll down into here and we have now covered this one off, guys. We have posted the trailer from Fruition Productions. This is one, guys. Head on over, watch this trailer. It's very interesting. I think this is unbelievably bullish going forward for XRP and potentially its price action. We're going to have a look at that also in today's update. We can see the weekly close. We did find support, as we covered last week, on that 200 EMA. The weekly stochastic now in the oversold territory, where we have been waiting for this one to go, guys. This is quite an exciting day for me to cover off Ripple, to cover off XRP. Let's get into it. Yes guys, welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. It's fantastic to have you all back with us today. Before we get into the video, as always guys, please do smash up that like button, subscribe and tap on the bell selecting all the notifications. It's fantastic when you do that. It helps the channel, it helps us grow. The subscriptions have been monumental recently. We do thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, please continue to do so. It really does help us and helps get these videos out to as many like-minded people in the space as possible. Enough of the shilling part, let's head on over to the article in question here, where we covered in the intro that the community are thrilled as the trailer for the XRP documentary finally comes out, and I think this is going to be unbelievably bullish going forward. So as we kind of covered here, Fruition Productions are taking lead here and producing this documentary, XRP Unleashed. So the documentary is going to encapsulate the intricate details surrounding the events of the XRP and Ripple and the US regulatory lawsuit to ensure market turmoil, including Hillman's controversial speech and granting Ethereum a quote-unquote free pass. And they have done their work here. As we can see, they have had discussions with prominent crypto influencers, financial advisors, Ripple personnel, and of course legal experts. In the trailer, Zach Recton asserted that the SEC aimed to assert control over the digital asset realm, leading them to target Ripple and obviously XRP. He claimed that the SEC targeted XRP because the asset posed the most significant threat to the established banking and financial systems. And of course, we know everything going on with the likes of John Deaton. John Deaton's been very vocal on everything Ripple XRP. I think John Deaton has done a fantastic job all round, calling the US government some of the biggest bullies on the globe, and I fully agree with the man. And of course, John Deaton did indeed tease the regulatory capture 101. This is all featured in the trailer, obviously calling everything here ETH. Guys, I am so hyped for this to come out. I think it's going to be massive, and especially massive for Ripple as a whole. XRP's the native token, I think, is going to do fantastically well off the back of this. Having mainstream eyes on the asset, on the case, whether it's good, whether it's bad news, however you want to look at that. Any news is good news, bad news is good news is great news. However you want to look at this, I think this is very, very bullish. And of course, we have looked at those charts, and we will get into that very shortly. I think we could be seeing this as a very bullish sign for Ripple, for XRP going forward. The crypto community as a whole, this is very bullish. It's mainstream eyes on these projects, everything that is going on. one I'm very much looking forward to. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to that down below. Once again, the trailer is over on the Cheeky Crypto X page. Again, it is linked in the description down below. When you do go over to the homepage, you will of course just scroll down, and it is one of the most recent posts. We have got the full trailer there, guys. Head on over and check that one out. And of course, I also want to mention the Cheeky Crypto memberships. We have been covering a lot of XRP most recently, and the new news page is now live, where you will be getting a full list of what is going on around the crypto space. XRP, of course, will be no exception. We will be covering off a lot on this page, still in its early days, but some fantastic articles so far coming out throughout the news section, guys. Once again, I do implore you, head on over, check it out. It is, of course, linked in the description down below, where of course we can come over into the data zone and into its data portal, where you will have full access to check all of the on-chain data for many cryptocurrencies, XRP included, where you can take a look at everything that you will want to. But for today's video, guys, we're not going to dive into the on-chain data. Let's jump over and have a look at some charts for Ripple and for XRP, where we did see, most notably, we were watching last week the close position, that 200 weekly EMA, and we did indeed close above the 200 weekly EMA. So we can see the EMA, the white line here, currently sitting at 49.7 cents. We got a close at the end of last week at 50.32. So we know we have closed higher than that 200 EMA. And in my opinion, this is a very, very bullish sign going forward. So in the videos last week, I did cover off the historical nature of closing 2 consecutive candles, finding support on the weekly EMA. Previously, we've seen from the week of the 9th of October and the week of the 16th of October, 2 weekly candles coming down to test out this 200 weekly EMA, finding support, and we push to the upside. We go back a little bit further here, we can see the week of the 26th of June and the week of the 3rd of July, both coming down, testing out the 200 EMA, finding support, then we pumped from there. And if we look at these movements that they did make, well, that 1 week candle, of course, 102.94%. We all know what happened on that week. Then we come over to this candle here, we can see around about 57.27% push to the upside, leading on from finding support on that 200 EMA. So, should we be looking this week? We can already see this week is starting off with a green candle, very small indeed. But should we be looking for that next push to the upside? We can see, we will look to come up and test out the 50 EMA and the 50 SMA, sitting at 53.7 for the 50 SMA and 54.35 for the 50 EMA in red here. They will face as resistance. We know that will happen. We can see we have came up to test them over the last few weeks, failed to break above there. Should we push up here, test out the 50 EMA, test out the 50 SMA, and, really come above here? This will be bullish going forward. Can we see this weekly candle close higher than the 50 EMA and 50 SMA? If we do, in my opinion, we are on a very bullish track for XRP, and a push to the upside is of course likely. And in that most recent update, we talked about the structures here, in particular on this weekly chart. We can see we have this mapped out as a W, X and Y, with the big A, B and C on the inside of that Y wave, where we did see the price pushing up to 93.8 cents back in July. But the alternative structure we could be looking at here, and it is indeed a very relevant and interesting structure for XRP, is this whole move coming back from the week of the 30th of June 2022 could indeed be a leading diagonal. We have met all of the requirements for a leading diagonal in this push to the upside. That drop to the downside did indeed come down in the wave 2, the potential wave 2, and found support on the 702 Fibonacci level. We did of course see that price come down on the week of the 14th of August to 40.901 cents on this BitGet weekly chart. So should we be looking for this explosive wave 3 to the upside, where we would see a fantastic growth? Now for that wave 3, we would of course be looking to target up towards this 1.618 Fibonacci level, where we can see this is sitting at $2.81.753. Again, this is on the BitGet 1 week chart, the perpetual chart, where of course this is where we do the vast amount of our trading, guys. Again, linked in the description down below, BitGet. Not a plug, but really just to confirm that, we are big on BitGet. BitGet have been fantastic so far. They're very accessible, very friendly. If you haven't checked out BitGet, guys, I do encourage you to do so. Head on over to BitGet and check those guys out. The affiliate link is, of course, in the description down below. But let's get back onto those charts. That push to the upside, we would be looking at the move up towards that $2.81 level. Now, from the low we did see back here, that would be a fantastic bit of growth, around about 591%, and I think XRP could take that in its stride. So let me know where you guys are positioned. Are you looking for XRP to really explode out of the gate and look for that 591% push to the upside? Personally, I think it would be a fantastic move for XRP to be making, one that, you know, we will be on the right side of. The members down in Discord, of course, know that I have recently bought even more XRP. I am bullish on XRP in the long run. I think it's going to do fantastically well. We all talk about like making generational level wealth, and this is obviously going to be, you know, a fair size in my portfolio personally. But when we come back down to those charts, we talk about the position of the stochastics, but we can see that this weekly stochastic has reset itself back to the oversold position. And what we can see most notably here is it's starting to spike to the upside. When we see this, you know, cross over the average line, then in my opinion, we are all systems go for momentum to push the price of XRP to the upside, which will be absolutely fantastic. Now, will this align with that weekly push up towards $2.81? Time shall obviously tell. We will have very much resistance on this push to the upside, most notably 75.23 cent. There will be high resistance. We're just taking previous wick high here's. Of course, that move up to 94.41 cent we did see back in the week of the 10th of July. Again, there will be an immense amount of resistance, but we could very much be on the path to $2.81 at a minimum for XRP should these structures play out. When we drop it down onto the daily chart, of course, the moves we have been tracking, this W, X, Y, X and Z structure, where we were targeting a drop down towards the Z wave target area of 49.02 with a lower level of 46.45, we can conclude that that move, you know, looks to have finished here on the 31st of January with a low of 48.53 cents. Most recently, we have seen the price come back down and test out this previous area of resistance we have marked up at 49.62 cents. Looks to have found a bit of support on there. The next test, in my opinion, on this daily chart will be coming up to test out the 50 EMA, the 50 SMA and the 200 EMA, where they're all sitting respectively on the charts. The 50 EMA at 55.77 cent, the 50 SMA in green at 57.14, and the 200 EMA in white at 56.33. We will of course face resistance from there. Let's map these ones out over time, see how these ones play out. But guys, as you can probably tell by the manner of today's video, I think this is a very bullish period for XRP. Once this documentary drops, there's going to be so many eyes on the space, so many eyes on the project. Overall, in my opinion, this is bullish. Let me know your guys' thoughts on all of that in the comments down below. And if you're interested in looking at some AI projects I think are going to change lives in the market, check out this video here covering everything on a particular ecosystem. You don't want to miss this video, guys. Head on over, check it out.